All right, guys. Here is the new uh, my take on the Cade Skywalker lightsaber. Um, I also did his blaster as well, and so this one is just a real quick assembly. This is not a difficult one at all. Basically, in and out real quick. So make a little room here real quick. All right. Um, and again, like I said, this is my take on it. There's a lot of different, versions here and there, and I took some of the best parts that I could find from different artists and um, to come up with the coolest thing that I think is pretty cool. But basically, let me get up here and I'll show you. All parts are notched so that they go together only one direction, one way. Uh, pretty simple. There's a notch there. Trying to work with this camera that wants to focus on everything but what I want to focus on. Notch there. What we end up with. Let me go ahead and I'll get the body glued together real quick. What I normally say in most of my videos is this is a CA glue, which is like super glue, but it's a two-part glue. Um, Basically, in a nutshell, you put the glue on and then you can spray the activator afterwards and it starts hardening it. So, if you don't have CA glue, that's fine. Regular thick super glue works great on doing this. So don't think you have to go out and buy some special glue. Just good old thick super glue works great. But a lot of model builders and cosplayers out there normally have some CA glue sitting around, and this is a brand that I started using after I started having some issues with my last brand I was using. I came across this on Amazon, and it's been probably the best CA glue that I've used in a really long time. So, um, here's all we really got to do is I always in this kind of I always try to think of always put glue down inside, not on the rim of something, because when you go to stick it in, if it's in the rim, um, so I can stick it together. Normally, I can spray the part first that's going into the glue, and it will set the glue and everything. But there. But anyways, so if you put the glue on instead of down in here and you put it on the outer edge, when you go to stick it in, it wipes it off and you get globs everywhere. So it's always just put the glue down inside, slide your piece down into the glue. Um, that way you don't end up with globs everywhere. You can still end up with globs just by putting too much glue, but and all I'm doing is going around putting a small bead. Come on, camera, work with me. Not much glue, it's just a little bit. And this is what I was saying, like normally this is what I do. I'll just spray the edge so that as soon as I set it down in there, after I've checked fitment and that nothing needs to be. Because the worst thing you want to do is put some glue on something and go to stick it together and you need to adjust something or there's anyway, this lightsaber is also hollow all the way down to the bottom of the hilt. It's a 1 inch opening, so some people still like to put 1 inch blades. Don't recommend jousting with it. I get that question all the time, and you know. All right, so this here, if you'll notice, change the light on this thing. There's a notch here that this just sets in. On the end of the lightsaber, there's a matching notch. So when we glue it on, it sets down and it's sealed on there. Or it's sealed front and back, and then you have your hanger. So, so what I'm going to do, put a glue down in here. Now I've built 2 or 3 of these. You can glue this front edge if you want to, but I haven't really found a reason for it. This part is so thick and strong. So just let it set for a minute. Done. All right, so you've got two knobs, two little buttons that I did for here. A minute, whenever that decides. Okay. Got this button that's got a little rounded center with two little walls on it. Got this button. There we go. That's just got like 5 little notches around it. The one with 5 little notches goes around the front. And there's also a diagram in the folder on the website too that shows one of these two. But I just go around and make sure I touch the edge of each. Got them both laying upside down. Boy, put him there. Take this one. I normally set it with the edges with the little wall. So the little edges on left and right. So it's kind of like if you were to be pushing a button. So. But that's a quickie. That's a quick, simple, easy build. It fits nicely, you know, in your hand. It looks really cool. There'll be some pictures on the listing and on Michael's website or on his Etsy for his little holster and stuff that he's made to hold the blaster and the lightsaber, and it shows it hanging off the side of the holster and stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, thanks.